One thing before this video starts, I kind of already did this, is I am not saying that Pyro's actions were right, and I am still not saying that everything was cleared up. A lot of it was. Now, some YouTubers were saying that his response to them was lackluster, but when it came to acknowledging everything, it came off, when it came to acknowledging everything from everyone, that apparently that wasn't apparently shown so well. I think it was shown for the most part. And the problem is I would see these drama channels respond, and then they would just make another assumption. Like, it went from that to being like, well, maybe he just had more conversations with kids younger, who knows? Like, you're throwing it back into the air, and I thought that was dumb. I thought that was pretty dumb. I'm not going to say the channels that did do it, but as somebody with that platform, I mean, I don't know. I love how they would put the persona of innocent till proven guilty, and I'm talking about the post Pyro thing, and then they still throw shade up into the air. I thought that was pretty immature, but that's all. So, enjoy. Before this video starts, I want to go off saying that I am not 100% defending Pyrocynical of all his actions and everything that's going on, because he had just released a video a couple hours ago. I don't know when this is coming out, and I don't make these videos a lot, but I think after this whole situation, it has shed a lot of light onto the drama community. I'm a small channel, right? I might be looked down upon as, you don't know what's going on, the big stuff, just because, you know, maybe I watch the content and I've seen both sides of this, and obviously a lot of people are, it's split. It went from hating Ivory to now hating on Pyrocynical. Everyone's against Pyrocynical. And it turned into this flip-flop of these drama channels, and it all happened when that Google Doc was posted. The instant flip. It was a clearly biased and one-sided article that should have not just been the only thing taken in. It's like they read it, and it's like, oh my god, Pyrocynical's a pedophile. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. And I think not only does this just show that this community of drama, or people that are finding this information, needs to start, I don't know exactly, they need to, you know, make sure they actually are giving the right information. Obviously, it's easy enough, and I'm not saying it's easy enough to see a well-sided or one-sided argument that's long enough and worded long enough to where it's like, oh, well, it must be real, right? And obviously, I'm not saying that I could just run one of these drama channels and, you know, just say, oh, you know, I would get everything right every time. But if you're going to place yourself as you, the creator, whoever you are, in that position of, I'm going to find the truth and I'm going to set out on it. And what it looked like was some examples, like, what was it, Turkey Tom Diesel Patches? It's like one of them released a video, and then they all just kind of like follow each other. One does one thing and they all just kind of follow, it felt like. And the way it came off is there were so many assumptions made. Reading the Google Docs and reading the arguments, it's like, well, it clearly debunks this or that. But if you go into the dates of the chats between Pyro and Ivory, and you go between all the, like, what's a good example from the Google Doc? It was something about his soon-to-be girlfriend talking to Ivory about their age. Pyro and his girlfriend, Ida, I believe, did not date for 2 years before, like, in that it was, they talked in 2017, and her and Pyro got together in 2019. There's this based assumption of, they see this Google Doc and go, hey, look, that's right. I've already read and dug through, and it's ridiculous how we have just kind of blown over this and just went for the down. Like, you'll see these comments waiting for the views and dips to find out for somebody that didn't even know. And obviously, okay, I'm not saying his actions are just completely excused. He's 100% clean. He also did acknowledge, he's like, I am somebody with a platform and this working, and I need to know what I'm dealing with. He's like, I should have checked the age, and he acknowledged it. Obviously, acknowledging is not fixing everything, but that doesn't mean he knew. That doesn't mean he knows. There was clear evidence that he already left in his Reddit post, right? Reddit post was posted, right? And then they sided with him again. It's a flip-flop. It was literally like, I don't know. It was just like, here's one thing. The whole community would bash into it. It would bash into Pyro's side, or it'd bash into Ivory's side. And Pyro somebody who doesn't even go through all of this drama content. Like, I'm not name dropping these people to like shade them, and I'm not like trying to like say anything hateful, right? I'm a small channel, it doesn't matter. But it comes down to doing what you're doing and like doing your job of whatever you're assigning to do and doing it right, instead of going off the Google Doc is so one-sided. It's insane. You read it, you just read, and it's like anything that can be disproved if you go into the chats that were clearly posted, and it literally shows the date of them, and it's insane to me that these people with these platforms basically react like half the people that just see something go, that's right, and I know you can look at me like, what do I know? Right, what do I know? Well, I think if anyone that watched the Pyro video and clearly got the message that was being said and what's been going on with the community, it has opened this vault of, I don't know what you'd say, laziness. I mean, like, really, like, what are we supposed to get from this? That they're going to get this case wrong with Pyro when Pyro left irrefutable evidence already, and people were like, oh, he's just gonna talk trash about the drama channels, and he's just gonna talk trash, and he's gonna talk trash about Ivory. It's ridiculous. Pyro had to go. Obviously, if he was innocent, you would want to get your story straight, right? But he did it himself. He had to show the drama channels that did all this research and all of this in about, what was it, a 20 minute, I don't even know, 20-minute video, right? Over the span of months or weeks of these channels flip-flopping, like, ridiculous. It was like there was no standard ground, and these channels have already had these problems, like getting stories wrong and then having to apologize. It's like we're human, we make mistakes, but this was a big oopsie. There was plain evidence given. Okay, we know Pyro did something wrong. There was no actual news exchange, no sexual... Before you go into my comments saying, oh, but they had all the messages. That's not what I mean. I'm referring to as if they were planning to do this in real life and Pyro was trying to manipulate him into doing that. That is what I meant before you leave a stupid comment. And, like, when the whole meetup, right? Sive, what is it? PewDiePie's editor? There was this huge event that Pyro was inviting everyone to. He invited Ivory. And basically, even Sive came out and said, I can't believe I have to do this. And you know what? Here's the clip. Watch the clip.
I never thought in my life I'd have to ever justify something like this, but I do remember back in 2017, Niall invited me and a bunch of other people to drink with him. And I remember telling Niall very last minute that I couldn't come, so I pretty much flaked on him. To say something sexual was going to happen in a very public event with a load of people, even people Niall didn't even know and wasn't really close with, it's just false. Seriously. There's just no question about that.
It's funny, though, because even in Pyro's video, it was talking about an interviewer, what is his name, asked him, it's like, are you being groomed by Pyro? And he's like, I don't. Even during the meetup that Pyro was invited to, these interviewers or these drama things, or not, I don't know if the drama channels did it. They twisted it into Pyro was trying to get a minor to come out and do no things with him. You know what I'm saying? Sai even had to point out it was a public thing with Sive and a bunch of other people, and they were just going to hang out, drink. I'm not too sure what was going on. If Sive came out and defended it, then there was clearly some holes, because not anyone's just going to come out and defend him, obviously, if they knew something wasn't being lied about or twisted or stretched. And it's awful that I don't even know the guy's name. He twisted it into Pyro's flying a kid out. There was no plane ticket bought, clearly shown. There was no implication of anything no related, sexually related. I think the moral of this whole story, especially going with Pyro, is the drama channels need to... See, I'm coming off as somebody, like, I don't want to come off like a know-it-all, but it was a flip-flop. It was so sad to see that these channels, when one thing would come out, whether it was one-sided or not, instantly leave whatever side they were on. They could have been on Ivory's side, went to Pyro's. And I'm not saying it was wrong for them to go back to Pyro, but it would be on Pyro's side and left, and he'd be ditched by everything and everyone. And it was awful. It was showing that we need to fix this problem of I don't know, evidence, laziness. These channels know what they're doing. They have the power, and they need to make sure that they have absolutely 100%, because all they did was read the Google Doc and not take all of the information in, and then they just blasted Pyro for it. Okay? That might come off like easy for somebody, but it's like, who wrote the Google Doc? Was it biased? Did you read into the lines of, was it clearly being biased? What were the dates of when this was happening and when it ended? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not trying to talk trash to the drama channels. I had a lot of respect for some of these channels, but after this, I don't even know if I should like watch it anymore, because I don't know. Okay? They've covered cases great. They've covered it okay. And I've seen a lot of it being mishandled, mistreated, and somebody getting the harsh end that didn't deserve it. I'm not saying that Pyro was completely innocent, but the way that he was treated after, with all of this evidence coming out, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you were in his shoes and you're being treated like this, you think it was ridiculous. If you were the drama channel showing from like one biased side or article or page or whatever, then you would be pissed. You'd be absolutely mad. He's embraced what he's gone through. We know what he watches. Hey, we're all into something, okay? I'm not gonna judge him for like really dig in, okay? Because if you're gonna tell me that Pyro not only left a Reddit post, and it was a page. It was a literal page. It wasn't like 26 pages of like crap and just talk. It was straight to the point. I did this. I did that. There was information that was misspread. Here's what happened. And then this Google Doc comes out and it's, yeah, no, Pyro's wrong. Pyro's wrong, right? Because a one-sided... So stupid. It's so stupid. It makes our community look stupid when we can't even get the facts right. Stupid. Okay. All right. That's all. I hope this all gets worked out. Something happens. If there's more to that, I don't think there's more to it. If there is, then we'll figure it out. But that's it. The lighting is god awful. What? I don't stop. I edit the video. My mom. Okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye.